button. Yes, you. Press the subscribe button. Press the subscribe button. Yes, you. Press the subscribe button. Press the subscribe button. Yes, you. Press the subscribe button. Press the subscribe button. Yes, you. Press the subscribe button. Press the subscribe button. Yes, you. Press the subscribe button. Press the subscribe button. Yes, you. Press the subscribe button.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Unpopular Opinion. I am your host, Shawan Burns. In today's video, it's Friday. Hey. We're going to do the runaround. And so without further ado, we're going to bring up our super producer. Super producer, are you with me?
Well, I almost fell into my seat, but it's Friday. It's Friday.
It's Friday.
We down. I don't know about yay, but we down to the end of it.
Oh my goodness.
Another week down.
Mm-hmm.
We are now 38 days into 2025.
2025 is good.
And I wake up every morning not knowing what's going to happen.
It's all a mystery.
Well, I feel like some days I'm going to go back to bed. This week, there'll probably be like 3 days that I wanted to just have a do-over and just go back to bed and let somebody else have it. That's what I wanted to do. But, can't do that. Moms don't get no days off, not even when they're sick.
No, they don't.
So let's greet the people.
Toy Mafia.
Good morning.
Toy Mafia in the building.
Roxy.
Roxy.
What up, Justin? Justin, you be in these streets so late.
Justin.
I'm surprised you're up. But good morning to you. Hey, Jim C.
Jim C.
Come on, Nene.
Nene. Transformation. Yeah.
Okay, now you know what? Now that was good. See, now this is the morning I woke up. See, I told you don't know what you're gonna get. Now listen,
don't know what you're gonna get.
That note
in the morning.
You went right down that scale that time now. Okay, Jim, confirmed that she
I've been practicing, Jim.
Yeah, Jim probably sitting there surprised himself. He probably like, she actually hit some notes on the piano. Okay, Jim might come back here up on that one.
Jim C said, right on, Shawan.
Okay, I told you. Listen, he is the piano man. So, Foxy says she awake now. Yeah, Foxy. She got me awake too because I was a little shocked with that. I was like, oh, not the right notes.
Not the right notes. Shut up.
Not the right notes. Well, Lord have mercy. Okay. Jesus is on the main line today.
This is on the main line. All you got to do is tell him what you want.
Listen, he on there today because he heard me yesterday when I said, Lord, help her. Today he said, I'm on it.
I'm on it.
Boom, jam on it. I said, yes, sir. Let me see. Okay, X. We down to the end of the week. I'm not gonna keep saying this, okay? I'm not Elon Musk. I'm not gonna keep saying this. I'm gonna do something about it. Gonna do something about it. But we're gonna get started anyway. Let's see what we're doing. Oh yeah. Both of us were talking about this. But go ahead.
So Irv Gotti passes away at 54. I think it's sad because I believe 54. I don't think it's old. I really don't think it's old. So they said he was suffering from some type of brain bleeding.
Yeah, this all started with his bout with diabetes a couple of years ago. He was going through some real hard health issues with his diabetes and stuff. But this with the fast life will get you. All that late night studio sessions, up drinking, smoking, living on the edge. And listen, we ain't about to do this. Listen, let me get in y'all face. We ain't about to sit up here and say no rest in heaven to no Irv Gotti. We ain't about to do it. Because we know
You
some of the things that man did.
he might
Don't
have
do that.
hey, he might
We
have
need to
professed
stop.
the
We need to stop
Lord
doing that.
Savior Jesus Christ.
We need to stop doing that. Good morning, Kathy Fields. We need to stop doing that. Okay.
Rest in
When
peace.
you know goodness well, little boo boo ain't going to see Jesus. You know that. We finna stop.
We can't make those claims.
We
It's
we finna
only
stop because we
Jesus.
seen how little boo boo live. We finna stop.
Only Jesus knows.
Yeah, we finna stop. He knows all about your troubles. That's the song.
And
He,
he
didn't-
knows
he
about your heart.
unfortunately he do. But for me, because he was the major reason that Ashanti and them, well,
Fell out.
really Ashanti, didn't get her masters because he was fighting tooth and nail against her
Maybe she'll
to
get him
purchase her
now.
masters.
Maybe she'll
And
get
that's why I
him.
said we not I'm stop playing these games with y'all. I don't care if y'all put me out the Black Coalition. I don't care. We finna stop playing these games
Mhm.
because I feel like that man made so much money off of them. Now, go find you some other artists. She wants to purchase them from you. Let her.
Let her purchase him. Yeah.
Okay, let her purchase. You gonna get money.
Mhm.
You gonna she's saying she wanna pay for she want her masters so that she can sing her songs and get her money.
Mhm. Mhm.
That for me was, a particular problem. He was very mean. He was. He was very mean, but
Yeah, and I don't know if you remember years ago when Ashanti did I think she was on a podcast and they asked her about Irv Gotti. She didn't give too much information, but it sounds like he was kind of controlling and abusive.
definitely was. Listen, why do you think he got 50 Cent as a troll? Boy, and 50 Cent was trolling. Now, 50 Cent did worse than I said. I said, we not going to play. Boy, 50 Cent cracks me up on a daily basis when he posts because he has a mission. He has a mission when he posts, okay? He don't
Mhm.
just post frivolously.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah.
he trolls Irv Gotti um even in this time. Even in this time. He
Mm-mm.
said, was this his post? I think it was.
Who was it? Yeah, yeah.
Irv Gotti on life support, friends and family saying their goodbyes. He says, I wanted him to see my new shows. Yo, he know
He's so
goodness well
bad.
he ain't want that man to
He's
see
so
his new
bad.
shows, but this was what he looked like.
Yeah, he
He
lost
looked,
a lot of weight.
yeah, he looked, I don't know what was happening. 50 Cent was trolling him then. He said, in high school, you was the man, homie. WTF happened to you? I want Irv to get well so he can have to watch my next wave. He say something nice. You see how he ended it? Lord have mercy. If you ever get 50 Cent as a troll, watch your back. Because this dude, he be making some interesting posts. See this? Some people say that he was in love with Ashanti, but she didn't, you know what I mean? She was not accepting or receiving of
His
his
love.
advances. And
Mhm.
so I think that's the reason why he never wanted to sell her masters or he tried to control her.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
good morning, Kevin Walker. How are you?
Hey, Kevin.
And so yeah, so this is like a double-edged sword, for me.
Mhm.
While I hate this for his family,
Yeah,
um,
yeah. But
and
now,
people that he took care of.
yeah, yeah, and then the people that he wronged, so people that he wronged, they probably
Yeah.
like good riddance, but
Yeah, I don't yeah, that part, Kevin. I don't know. But uh this definitely could be a loss for music. I don't know if he was doing anything currently.
I think he
Uh
had a couple of artists,
I know
unless
he's
it's
working. Yeah, I know he's working on a few things, but
mhm.
so at certain points, I feel like you got to learn to take care of your health. And I think that that's something that he absolutely did not focus on. Um, Especially when the diabetes thing came, because you got to get your rest. You know, when you have diabetes, you got to control your diet. You got to make sure you get your proper rest. You know, it's just lots of things that you got to do. So
Yeah.
um, I don't feel like he properly addressed that when it came to him.
I don't think a lot, and since we're talking about it, I don't think a lot of black men, tell you the truth, be taking care of themselves. I think they wait to the last minute to go to the doctor, you know.
I think that's a culture thing. You know, for me,
Okay.
I think that's a culture thing. Because most, black and brown community, they end up having to be the sole source of financial support for their family members. And if they stop, they feel like, if they have to take some time off, it's going to hurt the family. And
Mhm.
so just, in history, you know, uh, as a thing, we have not. And I would say we, when I say we, I mean men and women, as far as black uh, and brown community. Don't go to the doctor when we feel ailments, and if we don't feel right, we'll be like, no, I'm a drink a ginger ale, have some saltine crackers.
Look, I guess I'm
um,
having heart palpitations. Oh, some
yeah,
ginger ale fix it.
you
Nah,
know,
you probably having a heart attack.
okay.
What you look like?
Don't you drink? No, I'm gonna go have some turmeric tea.
Like,
You
nah,
might want to call 911.
some black seed oil. Like, nah.
Yeah, some castor oil. Go. You just need to take some
Like,
castor oil.
your arteries are clogged, bro.
Yeah.
Bro.
So I just I just feel like we don't do that in general, and it I think it's partly due because we're not we've different points in history we have not
We've
had
been
medical coverage.
exploited in
Yeah,
the
but we
medical
had
field.
medical coverage, at different times, and
Mhm.
just things happening. So yeah,
Yeah.
if you're out there, y'all start going to the doctor, get your checkups, including myself.
Especially if you got insurance, you got insurance, might as well use it. Get
Yeah,
that yearly checkup.
yeah, dude, make sure you hit all your checkpoints.
And you can't drink everything.
Yeah,
Leave the alcohol alone. You ain't young anymore.
I know that's right. I'm not a drinker, so I never have been. But okay, I think this was yours. You
Yeah.
love Ratchet TV on
Girl, this
Fridays.
was so ratchet.
Then you want me to play it? Well, you gonna
Yeah,
set it up? I think I seen this Pop the Balloon one too.
well,
Uh,
you remember the guy, they was calling him a Ninja Turtle?
yeah.
And this is the guy, and I guess maybe he didn't know, this guy was a trans female or trans woman,
I hate these games y'all be coming up with, just for the record. But go
and
ahead.
I guess once he found out, the trans woman kept on calling him boo or whatever, and he was like, "Oh, well, you need to watch your mouth," and they get in a full-blown fight.
Well, Jesus.
Like, trans woman is not no trans woman no more. The man was fighting the man, and
Oh,
they was throwing
Jesus.
blows, and I think the trans woman won.
Oh, Jesus. Let me see, Jesus. Lord have
He
mercy.
ended up on top of
Hey
the
man, you
dude.
better watch how you talking to me, man. For real.
Did you care about that when you were trying to kiss me? Aaron. Like, what the fuck you want to do?
Keep it in 100, bro.
Well, that voice change. Well,
What the
my
fuck you
God.
want to do? That's what I said. I don't, to each his own, but that trans woman, no, you're still a man because you switched night and day. He
Well,
turned that woman energy off.
that one left kind of quick for me. I'm like, what? Okay.
He was like, "Oh, I'm not no trans woman no more. What the fuck you want to do?" Like, what the hell?
This was Shawan's story.
Like, what the
But
hell is going on? What happened to I'm Zelated? What happened to them?
listen, in the words of Baby T, y'all doing too much. Y'all is doing too much.
Oh my
Y'all, in the
goodness.
words of Baby T, from Chicago. Y'all doing too much.
Mm-mm.
Y'all doing too much. I don't like these games that y'all be doing because y'all need to disclose to these people
Yeah, start
because
disclosing.
doing things to people unaware on camera ain't funny because you get things like this that happen,
Mhm.
you know, and this could be all types of lawsuits. Like, this is crazy. You know what, Kevin Walker? I'm not gonna do you. And Kevin, I'm not finna do you or Shawan. Not
That's
finna
what
do
I
it.
said, Kevin.
I'm not finna do it. I mean, I was just watching a clip. This is funny because I was watching a clip. When you sent this, I was watching a clip of what show is that? I think it's the Karamo show now.
Mhm.
Where there was a lady standing there in a dress and she said, yeah, you know, you thought I was one thing, but I'm another. I said,
Oh
I
my
got scared and turned it off.
You said turn it off. Where's the button? Where's the button?
I was like, was that a demon? I said, you know what?
Oh
No,
my God.
no, y'all doing too much.
Oh my
Y'all
God.
doing too much.
You
Too much.
did.
Too much. Hey, Debris, I got your message. So busy. I'm gonna get back to you this afternoon or this
Debris in the
evening.
building.
Okay, I'm gonna get back to you this afternoon. There's a lot going on. Okay, I got you though. Got you. Good
Hey,
morning, Selma
Selma.
Hayward. Yeah, so I was watching that clip, and then then you sent that, and I said,
Oh
"Oh,
my
let me
God.
check this out." I said, "No." I was like, you know what, God, I'm finna go to bed, and that's exactly what I did because it was too much. It was really too much, and I was like, what's happening? What is
That's so
happening?
crazy.
Y'all doing too much. Yeah, y'all doing too much. You know, at one point you want to be left alone and you want to be able to live your own life, but then you going on these shows and putting your business out there and telling people you don't have to tell people until you ready to tell people, but then you no.
And you get accosted or assaulted because you being dishonest.
Right, or because you're being disrespectful.
Or
You know what I'm
being
saying? Because
disrespectful. Yeah.
to me, that was a lot disrespectful when you go and have a nerve to say, well, you didn't say that when you was trying to kid. Now you didn't have to do that. Now, if I was there, I would have been like, now
Yeah.
you didn't have to do that.
You
Like
didn't have to go there.
on the camera, come on. You know. But you know, they stood on business. That's all I can tell you. Come on now. Yes, girl. I'm going to Starbucks. Starbucks. Starbucks.
Starbucks.
Yes, I'm about to order it in a few minutes. Just a few minutes more.
Yeah.
Come on now. Thank you, Selma. Good Lord. I
Thank
didn't
you
know we
for
gotta
that
get up here.
1999.
Yes, we gotta get up here and hoop for the money. Okay. So if you donate, you're gonna get a song. You're gonna get a hoop.
Yeah.
That's funny. But yeah, so yeah, I was traumatized and I had to go to
Oh my
bed.
God, that is so crazy. That
Yeah,
was
had to
crazy.
go to bed. Now, listen, here we are with these planes again. Look at Debris. Debris is a pastor, so she's out there laughing because she's a pastor.
Debris,
And I
you
don't
might
know
have
where
to pray
Jim
for
in the
us.
bushes. Jim in the bushes laughing too. I'm sure because he like, oh shoot, I'm all over this keyboard today. Wrong notes, right notes. I don't know what I'm doing. There is currently actively a crew searching open waters in Alaska for a flight that went missing with 10 people on board.
My goodness.
In Nome, Alaska. If y'all go to that, I think it's Agenda Free TV, that man has been reporting on this all night. He has, matter of fact, let me see if he's up. Hold on. That man, he don't miss nothing. Do you hear me? But I seriously want to know what is going on. What is going on with this airspace? What is going on with
get as a Hertz Gold Plus rewards member.
You get to skip
this time that, what is happening in the air all of a sudden that, these things are happening. Now, this is Agenda Free TV. I love this guy. Look at him. He beat up all night when these things happen. And he tells you
the data stops about 40 minutes in. 40 minutes in is the data stops. And can we get the chart here? Thank you again, Sonic, for mentioning that post. Here is the flight data. It just stops. So the altitude, look at this. The altitude is in blue. So it takes off. It goes up to about 7,500 feet. It starts going down, the altitude, but it stops around 5,000 feet.
And vanishes.
And the speed is, you can see about 150 miles an hour, 160 steadily, and then it goes up and then down. But I mean, I'm not a flight expert, but what I can see on this is you lose the data when the blue line, which is the altitude line, is at over 100 feet. And I don't,
And so this plane vanished. They are now combing the water, the ocean, looking for this plane.
That's crazy.
It reminds me of that sitcom Lost. It was a series called Lost, where the plane did the same thing over the Bermuda Triangle, but the plane happened to crash onto this island. And there was something going on the island. There was, once they found out, there was an underground type of bunker.
Okay.
That may have caused their plane to crash. They find this out after they start to search the island. And then there was some sort of monster on the island. I love that show. But the plane just vanished.
That's crazy.
Just vanished. Right there, 5,000 feet. That's it.
Hopefully they'll find something to answer these questions. This is like a mystery.
Listen, I don't know what y'all plan on doing, but I hate to say it, I'm go back to driving everywhere, but I don't know right now. It's giving cautious. It's giving be cautious. Selma said planes for some reason go missing in Alaska pretty often. It could be HARP. Yeah, it could be. But where is the plane? Crazy, just like that plane in Asia that disappeared 10 years ago. Exactly. We need to get a handle on what's happening with the airspace, with, what is happening. What is happening? Look, we go from that to this. Show y'all this. See this plane backed into this other plane? Y'all see that?
They just off the chain.
They didn't even
What
make
is going on?
They didn't even make it in the air. Not E.T., Selma. Phone home. Come home. But yeah. One plane hit another plane. They didn't even take off yet. Look at that. Back right into it. Now, how did that happen? Who's responsible? Who is
Maybe they
responsible?
don't got no ground air traffic controllers. Maybe they short on that too.
Listen, I am afraid this is becoming too
A
much.
thing.
Every day, this is becoming too much. I'm still going to fly through. My trips this year are too far to drive. Yes, Kevin. I mean, some places got you in a catch-22. I mean, you definitely up there trying to get Jesus on the main line because I just want to make it to my destination. I don't want anything to happen. Equipment, I want all of that to be good. Are we in a situation where we need to get more regulation on, certain things in the flight industry? Is this a trending thing since COVID? When planes were out of commission, there was minimal flying during COVID. So a lot of these, airplanes are just coming back into rotation. And have they been properly PM'd to be back on the runway?
I don't know. I don't know. Kevin said they need to test their blood alcohol level.
I mean, I wouldn't rule that out. But this plane actually vanished. I'm getting concerned. Concerned, I think, is the word. They are too dependent on computers. As a former flight attendant traveling these days, are a bit scared. Yes. And I feel like the flight attendants now work more days on than they do off too. And so do the pilots. I think there's a shortage of pilots too. And so, yeah. What do we need to do?
I guess we got to get more people interested in flying.
Yeah, I think maybe
Or,
after.
I don't know, when maybe their guidelines are too lax. If Selma's correct, if you relying on computers all the time, maybe you don't know. You know how you get in the car and start driving. They said when you drive, you're almost at a state of like almost a sleepy state. It's like a natural thing that you do all the time. So your body or your mind is not really thinking. Maybe that's the same thing occurs with a plane because you depend on computers so much to do everything for you. You don't know how to do simple maneuvers, maybe, or travel through a storm, or that kind of thing. They just press a button, go at that altitude. They have automatic landing, so maybe they just not trained enough.
That too. Selma said shortage since the vax, for COVID. That should have been
Yeah.
lifted now that we're not, in COVID anymore. But good morning, Carrington. I
Hey,
do agree that maybe after they looking into the spending or whatever, whatever they get figured out, maybe they should do some grants for
becoming
and
a
go into
pilot, air traffic control.
to
Yeah.
the younger, generation, if that's what they're trying to target. Now, Southwest has a pilot program for young adults. I was riding on us because I love Southwest. I was riding on Southwest plane with my kids, and they usually sit on one row, and I sit on across from them, And so there was a pilot sitting next to me, and he was like, "How old is?" He was talking about my daughter. At the time, she was 16, and he was like, "You should get her in this pilot program that we have."
But they charge you for it. It's like going to school.
No,
Um,
he gave me the paper. It's like it's some sort of a way that Southwest gives back, so you can put your child in it for free, and they actually teach your child how to fly a plane. In some sort of academy that they do something for free. And I don't know if they still have it, just based on you know, funding and different things of that nature. But I
Okay.
absolutely think that they should do something, like that again. Um, and maybe the FAA should sponsor it this time, you know, just so it.
Well, they should. The fields that we're lacking, I think it should be some type of program to get kids more interested in the program, and it should be free. I don't think anybody should be paying a tuition, especially if we're lacking that type of industry to fill those positions.
Yeah, I think they should look at those um, programs and those types of industries that are very needed, over here, and begin something for that, because that is targeted. You know what I'm saying? It's less waste. At least that afterwards that person will be able to provide a service, whether it be to the government or just to the industry, whatever that industry is.
Yeah. This you talking about, it's called 225 degrees cadet pathway.
Hmm.
Um, but they do charge for it.
Well, he gave me
But
a
they
paper.
said you could use the GI Bill to pay for it
Well,
if
he gave
you're
me a paper
mhm.
because I guess, I don't even know if I still have the paper around here. Because I guess they accept so many for free too.
Okay.
It was like a mentorship program. But
Yeah.
they need to do more of that. Trump
Yeah.
has ordered federal workers back to the office. There isn't enough space though.
Confirm that Elon Musk is a special government employee.
Yes.
What kind of security clearance does he have?
I can confirm he's a special government employee. I can also confirm that he has
It's
abided
the
by all
echo.
applicable federal laws. As for his security clearance, I'm not sure, but I can check back with you.
Did he pass a background check? Do you know?
I don't know about the security clearance, but I can check.
And do you know about anyone who's on his team that was at USAID this weekend or at Treasury Department, whether they also have security clearance?
I don't know, but I can check on that for you. Sure.
I want to ask about this.
You're muted.
I don't know why they didn't talk about the article title, but
Yeah, sometimes
Trump
they
has
don't.
ordered the workers, most federal workers, to return to the office.
Mhm.
But in some areas, this could hit a really big bump in the road because in some places,
Mhm.
they didn't keep leases
Mhm.
on the buildings
Mhm.
that they had, or they combined buildings.
Mhm.
Since some people opted to, continue to work from
Work
home, and some
from
people opted to come in to the office. Um, I know that the Social Security uh, people are being told to come back. They have to come back by the end of this month um, to the office to work.
Mhm.
So this is going to be interesting, calling all of these people back and they don't have anywhere to go.
Um, um, Yesterday I did talk on my research of how much the federal government wastes money, and they said in this document it said they waste about 75% of their office spaces because nobody's at work. Only 25% of the people are coming to work. So, I mean, I know in some areas it might be lacking in office space because the government is very specific of what type of office space they want to lease, and very specific. But in other areas, they might have a plethora of office spaces available. But
Yeah, I'm
right now
sure.
they're just wasting money. And
Kevin Walker, I'm sure in DC that there are a lot of empty office spaces. Also, when you talk about government workers, the buildings have to be secure. So if they're not, like secure, because they have those,
key
key
fobs.
things that
Mhm.
control the doors. Um, I don't know if a lot of those buildings still have that. since they went back home to work, but they would have to get that done. And then some other areas, like here in Chicago, um, other people are now leasing the buildings, right? Um, so, in some cases, for some jobs, they're going to have to just find an area, or they'll be squished into the current building they have until they, figure out, I guess, what to do.
But I don't know how many people are accepting that, like coming back to work type thing, because he offered 2 million employees, hey, the buyout or come back into office.
A federal
Um,
judge suspended that.
oh, so they said it was unconstitutional or something like that.
Hmm
Okay,
Federal judge has
so
suspended that. So, and plus the union, I talked to one of our followers, K Mac. She is a government worker, and they
uh-huh,
did get that letter about that
coming
buyout.
back to work
But their
or the
union,
buyout.
yeah, but their union told them not to take this buyout. So, um, yeah, even though it's offered, their union is telling them not to. So, um, yeah.
Okay.
So I don't,
Well, so if he's ordering, if it is it unconstitutional for the buyout, or is it unconstitutional to tell them they have to come back to work?
No, I think it was about the buyout.
Oh, okay.
I think it wasn't about telling them they had come back to work, because they're federal workers. It's they're definitely within his jurisdiction to say
Mm-hmm.
but the buyout, because he don't have the yep, there
Authority.
go K Mac right there, came right out the bushes. Thank you, K Mac. Good morning to you. Don't lose your black job. Now go on back to your desk and work.
So he doesn't have the authority to offer a
A
buyout.
buyout, yeah. That's something that will have to be approved by Congress.
Okay. I mean, that
So
makes sense.
yeah, so that portion, so right now the judge has knocked that down. So we'll see.
Okay.
But hopefully they'll get this, figured out. They got what, 2 weeks to do so.
Mm-hmm.
In other news, Tiger Woods' mom passed away.
Oh, that's sad to hear.
Man, I remember seeing this lady at every golf event, every PGA this man ever played. His mom was always there, and she passed away at the age of 78. Um, and on February 4th. And I'm sure that is a huge loss for him, because she was a great supporter of him. And this is what he wrote. It is with heartfelt sadness that I want to share that my dear mother, Coltida Woods,
Mm-hmm.
passed away early this morning. My mom was a force of nature all her own. Her spirit was simply undeniable. She was quick with a needle and a laugh. She was my biggest fan, greatest supporter. Without her, none of my personal achievements would have been possible. She was loved by so many, but especially by her two grandchildren, Sam and Charlie. Thank you for all your support, prayers, and privacy at this difficult time for me and my family. Love you, Mom.
Mm-hmm.
This man has been through so many hurts. Boy, look at his mom. That's his mom.
Mm-hmm.
And so that happened. There she go. I mean, she has been everywhere with him.
Mm-hmm.
I remember her wearing those visors and those sunglasses, those big Chanel sunglasses at every PGA tour.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so that happened.
His son is a beast on the golf course.
Yeah, you see his daughter right there is his caddy, the caddy for them.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that we see them play doubles soon. Him and his son. That would be
Mm-hmm.
awesome to see that, because that would
Mm.
be crazy. That would be crazy work.
Now, I'm glad that because given their breakup, him and his wife's breakup or ex-wife, a long time ago, it was crazy. And I'm glad he still has a relationship with his kids, because that could have went way south. Because he had that sex addiction. Remember they were saying like he was sleeping with like tons of people, and that's what ended their marriage or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, he won't be the first person as far as for celebrity for me. And I think that his mom was a huge catalyst in being able to keep the communication open, or at least him being able to see his children, you know, uh, with his ex-wife. I think that she was a huge, huge help in that. So we'll see how that progresses since his mom, passed away. Hopefully, now that his kids are older,
Yeah, she don't really have no say so. The kid could be like, "Oh, I want to live with my daddy now." So,
Kevin Walker, you on demon time this morning, boy. Yeah. But yeah, so hopefully, they can keep it together.
Okay.
Well, Super Bowl coming up on Sunday. I'm finna leave here today in just a few minutes and go to Costco.
Oh, you gonna get your
Stock
Super
up.
Bowl parties?
I'm gonna stock up. I'm gonna
Okay.
stock up, and I always cook for my kids. We always cook a lot of, party food.
Party
And we
food.
just eat all day.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what we'll do. But multiple Eagles players are dealing with an illness ahead of Super Bowl.
Well, they better
A
take
lot of
some
them,
euthanasia.
a lot of them,
You
yeah,
better
because you picked the Eagles, I
some
picked the
vitamin
Chiefs.
C.
You picked the Eagles, and I picked the Chiefs. The way these refs love Patrick Mahomes, they
Yeah,
ain't
they
winning.
love Patrick Mahomes.
They
I
not
like
winning.
Patrick Mahomes.
They not winning. I don't like Pat. I mean, I want the right call. I don't like. He should have been called on a whole bunch of stuff. But anyway, they have fell ill with that illness that's going around. It's one going around, a respiratory thing. So a lot of them have failed to that.
Well, they
And
got
I
2
hope.
days to get it together.
Listen, I don't know if that's going to be enough, because lots of people have been down with this thing for like a week or more. It's taking people out for like a week or more. So, yeah, hopefully they are, pumping them full of vitamin C. They're getting their electrolytes through the IV,
I'm
and
about to say they got the best medicines and
hopefully.
doctors. They better,
It-
be
you just want to win because you want your addiction to come through.
you better do something. You better
Terrible.
tough it up. Get on that
Terrible.
field and play.
Absolutely terrible.
Like, ain't
Terrible.
no time. This is game time.
Absolutely terrible. Look at you.
It's
Civil
game
rights
time.
civil rights complaints filed against 165 Chicago area realtors. Let me tell you why I put this story here, because this is very rampant and prevalent in Chicago, and it's against the law. Well, it was. I don't know if it still is, but it was. When I was homeless and I ended up getting my Section 8 voucher, there were a whole bunch of landlords and rental property places that refused to even take my application, which is against the law. You can't discriminate in that way. And they didn't
This
care
was in Chicago, or
when
you
I
just
reported.
saying in
Huh?
general? In Chicago, or just in
It's
general?
in Chicago and the south suburbs.
Okay.
Anywhere.
Okay.
And I filed a case and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And these people, didn't even want to, the government agency that you're supposed to file the case with. I don't know if there was a shortage of caseworkers, but you cannot get anyone. I could not get anybody to return my call or look at my case. I submitted all of my evidence and everything. And so I have received the email about this. This was like 6 years ago now.
Okay.
But I received the email about this because I filed the case.
Like just now?
Yeah, that's why I put it up here, because I went searching for it. I said, now why am I getting this email? What is going on? And so I went and searched for the article to find, I said, let me search in the news. Maybe there's an article
So
or
they
something that
saying,
could tell
hey,
me
you
what's
have a
happening.
lawsuit or something?
Yeah,
Okay.
but this is like 6 years ago. But this happens a lot. This happens a lot. And, I said that to say it happens a lot to people. Now, I had no evictions. My credit score was excellent. And I had a job. Right.
Mm-hmm.
But I had a Section 8 voucher. It was a special program at the time. But
They didn't want to take Section 8.
they would not even take my application. Now, it's something different if you took my application, right? They were refusing to take my application.
Okay, so tell me, okay, so you would call like, I want to fill out an application for, whatever. And then they would say, okay, did you disclose that you had Section 8 or
You
okay,
just you
okay,
disclose that up front. I never,
okay.
and this would be in person. This would not be
And they
on the
were,
phone.
they did accept Section 8
Yeah,
at that.
they
Okay.
can't not accept it. You see what I'm saying? Like
I
that's
thought you had to be approved.
no.
You
You could
can't
take your
just say I accept Section 8. You got to be approved by the government.
no. You could take your voucher anywhere, and if they accept you as a renter, then Section 8 will
So
pay them.
that's in Chicago because usually, like in Michigan, you can't just say I accept Section 8. You gotta get your property inspected, and then the government will say, okay, it's up to par, it meets all these criterias. You are
Mm-mm,
able to accept Section 8 up to this max voucher. This is the max voucher of Section 8 you can
mm-mm.
accept at your property.
No.
Okay.
So okay, so I had my voucher, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
And you have a caseworker when you have a voucher.
Right.
So you are reporting to them where you're going, where
Mhm.
you're going to go, where you think you're going to go. And
Okay.
so I would give them a list of where I think I was going to go. And
Mhm.
they would do whatever their research is, just to make sure that that property didn't have any violations or things like
Okay.
that. So you
Okay.
can't have any, the property can't have any violation. The person can't have
Right.
any violations against them or whatever.
Right.
But no, I can go there, fill out an application like I'm a renter. I would
Uh-huh.
tell them up front, I have
Mhm.
a Section 8 voucher.
Mhm.
They're not allowed to be like, no, you can't fill out the application. But in some places they would not even give me the
An
application to
application.
fill out, right? So, yeah, no. So
So
at least
so
that's how it worked for this program.
okay, so and then so they were like, "No, we ain't not accepting." Oh, no, we can't give you an application. They wouldn't give you a reason like, "Oh, our Section 8 spots are filled," or they just be like, "No, we're not giving
They
you the
just
application."
this is what they do. Sometimes they would be uncomfortable, especially if they go to go get the application and then let's say their boss tell them that no, they don't want to rent to
A
you
Section 8
because you
person
have
or
a
whatever.
Section 8 voucher.
Okay.
Then they'll come back out and be like, "Oh, well, the person that handles our Section 8 renters is not here today. You'll have to come back. You know,
Oh,
just make
that's
sure
some
you call
bullshit.
before you come."
No,
And
I'm
they'll
not calling. I'm just gonna show up. Why don't they work every day? Hello?
so Kevin Walker out here. Let me say this out here. They do have a list of
Of approved
approved, but these
apartment.
are individuals. See what I'm saying? Like landlord, like an individual landlord. Let's say you own a property, right? And you want to get on a section. Now, your property has to be inspected and approved. But
Right,
if
right.
I'm going to an apartment complex,
Mhm.
that don't have to be inspected and approved. It's an apartment complex. So what they're assuming is that the apartment complex is up to the standards of the village or the city that you live in.
Mm.
Because there are standards that have to be followed, by the city. Like the thing that's going on with Dalton and the St. Patrick's building, right? So
Mhm.
it, it has to be inspected and all of these things before it can be occupied. You got to have all of these certificates, and they are done renewed annually, right? So
Mhm.
that's why you don't have to have it for a apartment complex.
Mm. Yeah, that's still a little different here because it doesn't matter. Even if it was an apartment complex, it still had to be approved. And they still would come in and inspect it, and it had to be approved. But yeah, I get what you're saying because they do it here. They do it, and then I think it's partially because of gentrification, and then a lot of times, it's probably a stipulation. Like, say for instance, they redid the apartment, and they make a deal with the city saying, okay, a certain percentage of my housing will be dedicated to Section 8 lease
Now listen,
or
I even went to
low income lease.
I even went to one that let me fill out the application, because first of all, it was like the worker, not the boss.
Mm-hmm.
And so they didn't know anything. They just, and I told them, and they said, "Oh, okay, fine." I filled out the application. They ran everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thumbs up. Thumbs up,
Oh, okay.
right?
Mm-hmm.
I then give the girl my Section 8 voucher, and I leave. Because I tell her, she said, "Okay, come back tomorrow with your deposit." Right?
Okay.
I say, "Cool." You know?
Mm-hmm.
And Catholic Charities was gonna pay my deposit.
Okay.
And so I had to run over. I said, "Okay," I called my worker at Catholic Charities. They were like, "Okay, cool. We'll send somebody over there to meet you over there with the check when you go." And I
Okay.
said, "All right, cool."
Mm-hmm.
Um, do you know that lady called me back the next day and said, "We can rent to you, but not with this Section 8 voucher. You'll have to rent without the Section 8 voucher."
Why? Do they not accept Section 8?
Well, first of all, I passed everything, but then when I gave you my Section 8 voucher, you ain't want the government money? Because you're going to get the government money regardless of you getting,
Your money. The government
yes, you
gonna
go
pay on time.
on time.
Mm.
But, it is what it is. But I'm going to be interested to see the outcome of this.
Well, yeah, you gotta give us the outcome. So are you gonna respond back to the email? What did
Probably
they
not.
say on the email? You
Probably not.
should. You should just,
Because I
see what
own,
they
I
talking
own
about.
my home. I own a home now. Y'all didn't
But you
want
could
to.
you could say, be like, I was homeless for 9 years until I found a house.
Oh my God, that
You
cracks
gotta,
me up.
hey, you might as well get paid.
That cracks me
Why
up.
not get paid?
I can't with you. I can't. Listen, I did it again. 7
Oh, I seen
minutes.
this. I
This our
seen
last story.
this.
7 minutes. Now, an unalived expert has been added to the defense in the case of the unalived United Healthcare CEO. So Luigi Mangione. And my thing to this is, so y'all already knowing what y'all gonna sentence him to? Is this, or is somebody asking for this? I think that this was put on the table in
Okay, yeah.
discussions and discovery. So
Uh-huh.
this was put on the table. So he has now been assigned a public unalive expert. Well, they can't be.
What is the unalive expert?
Well, I can't say the word because
Okay.
YouTube.
Okay.
YouTube got restrictions. We
Okay.
don't need no restrictions over here.
Unalive penalty expert.
Right. This more humane.
Okay.
So, I don't know. And do he want to live? I don't know that he wants to live. Kevin, I get
Yeah.
this. Ain't nobody for me, I ain't destroying nobody's property, but I get it.
Yeah.
Have a great weekend. Okay. You too. Thank you for the
See you,
coffee.
Selma. Thank you.
Right now, I know for a fact here in Georgia, they're very strict about Section 8 policies. Yeah, they are everywhere, especially, once you get into the property, we get inspected. Because when I moved into a property, I got inspected. It's probably like every 6 months that the landlord's property got inspected. And if I called them about something they wouldn't fix, it's a lot.
Yeah.
If you're an individual landlord renter, it's a lot more than if I was to go to a complex.
My husband owned a Section 8 property, and he said it was the worst tenant. The girl was putting she would every month before the rent was due, because she had to pay part of the rent every month before the rent was due. He said she'll call him like, "Oh, my toilet's backed up." He have a guy go snake the drain or whatever, and the guy will always come back. Yeah, she's flushing tampons down the toilet.
Well, not
Condoms
everybody is
down the toilet.
not everybody is like that, but Section 8 renters are like politicians. You don't never know the shit you gonna get.
Right. Yeah, rent at your own.
Yeah,
on
I'm
your
just
own
saying.
risk.
I mean, that government money coming faithfully every month.
Yeah,
But
it is
it's
good
like a
pay.
politician. You never know the shit you're gonna get. That's it.
Yeah.
That's luck of the draw. But yeah, he's in the same correctional facility as Diddy. Right now they probably vying for who's the most popular.
Oh my God.
That is a vie that they're probably having right now. But yeah, so yes,
So
there has been talk
okay.
about this unalive penalty being on the table and them asking for it, which
I
is
don't know if they would give him the death penalty, because people, like you said, people kind of made like a martyr out of him. He's like a hero for all the people that was scammed by the insurance companies. So, and you got to think about it. Those people will be, if he picked the 12 jurors, they will be determining whether this guy get the death penalty. And if they create a storyline saying, "Hey, he's been suffering from this illness since he was a baby or child, and he couldn't take it anymore, and they was denying his coverage and all that stuff," I don't know if that would sit well with giving him the death penalty for killing somebody he thought was responsible for his health.
I don't think that they're going to get it. I don't think that they're going to get it just because of these recent reports about United Healthcare denying cancer patients coverage.
Oh yeah.
So I don't think that they're going to get it. And for me, I don't feel like this is a situation that warrants that. I feel like serial killers, those type of people, yeah. But this was an isolated incident. It's not like he was
Going around
unalive and just random people every hour. That's not what this man did. He and I'm not speaking up for what he done. Now, what he done was absolutely wrong. But in juxtaposition to his punishment, there are people sitting in jail for the rest of their life for doing less.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
I'm not sure that I think that they're trying to make an example out of him for whatever reason, when we all know that the healthcare industry and big pharma
It's a scam.
steals from the American people on
All
a
the
daily
time.
basis.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure who really did the crime.
Right.
In this
But
particular,
in the prosecuting defense, they're gonna bring up his wife and children, and he's a pillar of the community, all the donations he
and
probably
how, and he was the
charitable.
main reason. Here come the defense, and he was the main reason that cancer patients were dying at a alarmingly high rate underneath of United Healthcare coverage, because
Yeah,
he was
I mean,
denying coverage.
they just had to paint a picture, but the prosecutor and the judge might not allow what you just said, because that has nothing to do with
No, I
Louise'
mean, if
case.
he is the
And
decision maker,
uh-huh.
yeah, it's evidence and it's coming in because there are so many more people stepping up. Cancer patients, families of cancer patients saying that they have been denied.
But he didn't have cancer. That's what I'm saying. That's why I could
No,
see.
not him. And it
Yeah.
really wasn't that he had cancer. He was doing it because his particular case was being denied too. So it's sort of like a denial thing is what the common thread that binds these things is that the denials were so high. And why? Look at the doctor that I played a couple of episodes ago that was saying she received a phone call
Oh yeah, saying, "Hey, you got to
during
stop doing the
surgery.
surgery because we ain't paying you."
Right. There
Yeah.
could be instances of that.
Well,
Like this is just showing the trend, you know, and this would be only on the behalf of him not getting the unalivement penalty. You know what I'm saying? Not in the case of, defending what he did. But this would be the portion where they would talk about
I mean,
punishment.
I don't even think they need to bring up that. I just think, as far as if I was the defense attorney, of course, I would mention that if the judge allow it, and they'll probably fight that tooth and nail. Hey, they're actively denying cancer patients, and the prosecutors probably will
I
fight that
mean,
tooth
there
and
are
nail.
now caseworkers for United Healthcare coming out saying that was the directive that was sent down.
But what I'm saying is, would they allow that in court?
It's evidence. I
Probably
mean,
not.
these people worked.
Probably
You
not.
talk about firsthand evidence. These people have memos, emails telling them to deny these claims.
What I'm saying is, would they allow that? Hear what you're saying. Yeah, they have
Oh yeah,
firsthand
that could
hands evidence, but would they allow that in court?
definitely
And
could be
I'm
allowed.
pretty
And I'm
sure
talking
if the United Healthcare, the guys that's prosecuting for this, the CEO, they probably gonna fight that tooth and nail
they can
because
fight whatever.
they're gonna fight that tooth and nail because you're opening up the door for more lawsuits
Yeah, but
to
the
come in.
door is already open because this thing was blown wide open when it became evident or when he said why he did what he did from the
Mhm.
letter.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it was already wide open, but that won't be introduced until the sentencing phase because that's going to be something to keep him from getting the unalive penalty. You know
And
what I'm
then
saying?
yeah, and then when picking out the jury selection, prosecutors could be like, no, we don't want to. Have you heard about that cancer stuff, in the news? Or have you heard about this subject in the news? They could just X you from being a juror just because of that, off of that.
Yeah, I mean, this
You
going to
know,
be a
if
tough.
if if they're being a prosecutor.
Well, this
Now,
going
if
to
they
be a
don't
tough.
care.
This going to be a tough jury selection either way
Mm.
because 9 times out of 10, there's going to be somebody who has been denied something by an insurance company,
Oh
a
yeah.
family member, something that's going to be inescapable.
But would
So,
would that determine, "Oh, I want this," because I was denied, by an insurance company, but I didn't say, "Oh, let me go kill, the CEO of Molina."
well, I'm not talking about in that manner,
Let me go
but
kill the CEO
people
'cause
get
they
very
denied me. Like, no, I didn't
no
have that
people, but people get very upset. People are very, have had family members, that have expired because
of
um
the denial of insurance, yeah.
yeah, and
Mhm.
not that they're gonna go out there and unalive someone, but you know that that is a source of anger. Not everybody takes care of their problems in that manner,
Mhm.
but we'll see how this develops. I don't think
I
that
think
will be introduced until.
nobody should take the problem. "Oh, you wronged me, so I'm gonna kill you." That's just not even logical thinking,
I
you
mean,
know?
I don't think it's logical thinking, but I mean, who knows what people actually be thinking? I mean, sometimes people get so angry that that thought does come into their mind. So I don't know. It never have really come into my mind, but you know, it, I I'm not everybody. It came into his. I don't know. But I don't think we'll have to be worrying about any of that until the sentencing phase.
When is
Um,
his, court date, do you know?
I don't
Or
know.
have they
Right now they
scheduled
got
it?
so much going on in New York with this Diddy trial coming up. They don't have time or, probably the energy to have both of these trials going on at the same time. So, Diddy's is coming up in May, and so he probably won't go until the summertime.
Okay.
Just because
So much
the
stuff
coverage
they
and
got.
they got so much going on.
Mhm.
All right, you guys, please like, share this video, subscribe to Unpopular Opinion on YouTube, and subscribe to Shawan Burns on YouTube. And I am all in the queue. You got a show today?
I do. We're going to talk about Thornton Township. So
Okay, Jim. She couldn't find a note, the right note, if I sent it to her in a sandwich bag. So I don't think I want to be compensating for her.
Jim, that's just nothing but hate. Where's my
I don't think I want to be compensating for her. That's a very hard
Saint the Lord, I rebuke
task.
you. Look, Saint the
Very
Lord, I
hard task for
rebuke
you to
you.
ask somebody
I
to do.
rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
Jim, I can't believe you asked that and you play the piano. You gonna see what
I
you're gonna do
rebuke you.
is you're gonna follow me for the notes and let her act the fool. I ain't doing this. Nah.
I rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
I'm not sure if I'm going. I'm not paying you no mind. I'm not sure if I'm going live today or not.
Okay.
Right
You've
now,
been
I'm
out
working
here
on a
on
few
these
things.
YouTube streets too much.
Man, I had an interview with Dan Lee last night in my private community. That was so fun. Jim said, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, that's the okay. Why you hating? Oh, okay.
Jim said, "Oh, okay," because I forgot that I might have to find some notes that she's singing and they not nowhere on this keyboard. And it was so fun. We played a game and we talked with him. We learned lots of things about him, but he is a very interesting person. Without all of this township Dalton stuff.
Okay.
And that was a great interview. And then we had the township meeting, the special meeting yesterday to fire Deacon Dum Dum and Leotis. So
you mean don't pray for me no more? Don't pray for me no more, William.
That's Deacon Dum Dum on my channel. So you can call him whatever you want. I'm gonna call him Deacon Dum
William,
Dum.
don't pray for me no more.
That's Deacon Dum Dum because he looking dumb, and they need to fire his wife too. So the next list of people that need to be fired, the next list of people that need to be fired is William Moore's wife, Keith Price, and Tanika Hughes. I could take her. She could take off.
Who's Tanika?
And her sister.
That's
Lil Spank's cousin.
Yeah.
Lil Spank's cousin. And then her sister was working there. I don't know if her sister still is working there, but yeah, they can go too. So
Keith eponymous. Keith. But I commend Keith. He did not jump in that fight. He just stood back and he stood back.
No, Keith stood back because he know he got a lot of stuff going on his own.
Oh, he got
his
some
lawyer
charges
is
against him.
His lawyer is no, he got that restraining order against him with Carmen. And his lawyer is fit to be tied with him. If you had seen him in the last Zoom, his lawyer was like, "I'm on vacation, Your Honor." It's like it almost was like this man need to get somewhere and sit down. I've been tussling with this fool since 2017. I'm just tired. Yeah, if you had seen that Zoom, you would have been cracking up because his lawyer got up there and was like, "I'm on vacation, Your Honor." I just got the call this morning. I was like, "What?" I was like, "Okay, well, it is what it is." But yeah, so that's should be around too. We'll see. But yeah, so I broadcasted that yesterday and some information for the people. And yeah, I got some stuff to work on. Okay. So I can maybe go live on Saturday for a little bit. Okay. All right. Well, listen, Monday is coming. I feel like before I know it, I'm gonna be sitting here in this chair again saying, "It's Monday."
It's Monday, yeah.
So you guys take your 2 days seriously because they're not actually 2 days. It's actually like a day and a quarter.
So, not a day and a quarter.
Super Bowl on Sunday.
Super Bowl is on Sunday. You guys have fun.
You guys stay safe. If you go somewhere and you need a ride, call for a ride. Just
Yeah,
leave your
no,
car and call for
no
a
drinking and
ride.
driving. Yeah,
Okay,
stay
be
safe.
responsible. If you go to a friend's house and you feel like you can't leave, then stay. Tell them you need to sleep on the couch.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's right.
just stay safe. We don't want to be playing out here in these real streets. Okay,
Mhm.
all right, all of y'all have a great weekend. Super producer wishes nothing but blessings for your life. And yes, let's try to get some more super chats next week so we can get Shawan some singing lessons.
Woo!
Oh.